You know, I've been reviewing really boring episodes so far. So far, the highest I've gone is a 7 and the lowest is a 4. To me, that's the equivalent of being stuck in mediocrity purgatory. Not that I want to review an episode worse than the Ticketmaster. Dear God, no. I just want to review a good episode for once. A really good one. You know, maybe a character development episode, focusing on my favorite pony, very suspenseful, has a really good lesson to boot. Wait, what's today's episode? So, we open to the everyday caretaking duties of Fluttershy.
Not too fast now, Angel Bunny. You don't want to get a tummy ache. You really should eat more than that, don't you think?
Oh, I forgot. This is the first episode to Flanderize Angel.
I know you want to run, but just 3 more bites. 2 more bites?
If he keeps being rude to you, Fluttershy, I think I'll make sure he has another bite. Eventually, Angel does come of some use.
Are you okay? Are you coughing because there's a carrot stuck in your throat? Because you need some water?
No, he's coughing because he found Osama bin Laden. No, wait, that's Burnhoof. Never mind.
Because of that giant cloud of scary black smoke?
Oh no, it's Titus Welliver and he's back for revenge.
Yes.
Fluttershy tries to warn her fellow citizens of Ponyville, but because of her character traits, she can't get them to hear her.
This calls for a celebration! Oh, no, Pinkie Pie. This is no time for celebration. This is a time for panic, for... I'm gonna need balloons!
Wow. When it's a time for panic? Who knew that Pinkie Pie would be on Pennywise's side?
There's smoke, and where there's smoke...
They pinch back. I'm not that original, am I? Eventually, Twilight Sparkle manages to indirectly speak for Fluttershy.
Don't worry, I've just received a letter from Princess Celestia informing me that it is not coming from a fire.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's coming from a dragon.
You really think you should believe what Princess Celestia says, Twilight?
According to Princess Celestia, he's taking a nap. His snoring is what's causing all this smoke.
Yeah, but according to Celestia, it's also perfectly acceptable to leave the duties of saving an empire to your mentally unstable student instead of yourself and your sister.
At least he's not snoring fire. What are we meant to do about it?
I'll tell you what we're meant to do. Give him a boot. Take that. And that.
Such a violent solution, Rainbow. What are you, the head of a rock band? Did something just flash on the screen? Well, anyway.
We need to encourage him to take a nap somewhere else. Princess Celestia has given us this mission, and we must not fail. If we do, Equestria will be covered in smoke for the next 100 years.
That's why Celestia has enlisted her aforementioned schizoid student, a worse southern stereotype than Buford T. Justice, a self-centered Wonderbolt's fangirl, a grease socialite, a pantaphobe, and a homicidal heroin addict that bring Harry Goldfarb to shame. Instead of, you know, the princess herself.
The fate of Equestria is in our hopes. Do we have what it takes? Oh,
We can do it! Yeah, we can do it! Actually...
So let me get this straight, Rainbow Dash. You can't pull a prank on Fluttershy, but you expect her to confront a dragon? Now for a montage sequence. Don't put your hands in that. Crispin Glover might have filled that with sewage. Bipolar homicidal heroin addict who does musical numbers. Lars von Trier, I got a great story for you. This scene must have been made directly to tick off Eric Berry. I know the score is supposed to spoof A-Team, but it's not really that interesting. Instead, I would actually rather hear this played over the montage.
Hey, hey, let's go, Kinkasuru. Protect my balls. Boku ga warui, so let's fighting. Let's fighting love. Let's fighting love.
Alright, girls, listen up. I'm mapping out the fastest route, but we've all got to keep a good pace if we expect to make it up the mountain by nightfall.
Except for when the numerous gags, songs, and shenanigans probably ensue.
Excuse me, Twilight. I know you're busy, but
Uh-huh. Well, we could go this way.
Wow,
If I could
top-notch
just
job
have
at paying attention to your
No,
soft-speaking
I don't
friend.
hold that.
I may like this episode, but everyone in this episode is a real jerk to Fluttershy. I mean, she didn't even become Flutter or anything. She's just herself. What happened?
Are you sure you want Fluttershy to come along? I mean, that pony's afraid of her own shadow.
Well, you would be too after reading the Shadow Nose. Eventually, they make it to the mountain.
it's so high.
Well, it is a mountain.
Who says mountains have to be really, really high? I mean, there's been a mountain of snow outside my house for the past 2 months. Even if it was 4 feet long, I still count it as a mountain. I'm not Chewy, so I refuse to rant about how stupid the show looks when they defy scientific law.
I hear the only thing that sparkles more than a dragon's scales are the jewels they use to build their nests. Ooh, if I play my cards right, I might be able to convince him to part with a few.
Element of generosity, everyone. About as accurate a title as Golden Globe winner Pia Zadora. Fluttershy is still scared to go.
It's so steep.
Well, it is a cliff. You could just, I don't know, fly up here?
Well, when you put it in harsh sarcasm, I can kinda see why Fluttershy is scared to go with you guys. She tries to fly, but ends up becoming too frightened to. Applejack will have to take her around the mountain.
Way. Around the mountain? That's gonna take them forever.
Yeah, it will. Now buck up, Rainbow Dash, and accept that the world doesn't revolve around you. Oops, looks like Fluttershy just crushed a microscopic goat.
Woohoo! I win again! Ugh, that's 35 games in a row. Best of 71?
Already, that was more entertaining than anything I saw of this year's Olympics.
Told you it was gonna take them forever.
I don't care.
There's this interesting piece of trivia on the episode's IMDb page about the sound Fluttershy makes when she faints in fear, but I feel I can only read it doing an impression of Kyle Calgren. So I'll do an impression of Kyle Calgren. You know, I decided to research why Fluttershy makes a goat's noise whenever she faints. I doubt that they would be creative enough to have a Pegasus who's half goat. It turns out this sound is a reference to myotonic goats, or simply fainting goats. They're goats that are known to have their muscles freeze up whenever they panic. This reflex causes them to collapse on their side. The characteristic is caused by a genetic disorder called myotonia congenita. The main identifiable symptom of this disease is delayed relaxation of the muscles after voluntary contraction. And, according to Wikipedia, this disease can also be found in humans, cats, dogs, and one breed of pony. So, what this episode is trying to tell me is that Fluttershy has a neuromuscular disorder. Well, that's certainly original. Go to the next scene. The main six approach a chasm, and what did you expect to happen?
It's so wide.
Come on, Fluttershy. We should be much farther along by now.
You know, it would be much more thoughtful and courteous if you could build the route with Fluttershy's phobias in mind. I mean, you're best friends with her. I think you could probably consider how your friends would slow down the mission. Just a suggestion.
There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. See?
Wait, why did a zany musical cue just play? No.
It's not very far. Just move your little rump. You can make it if you try with a hop, skip, and a jump.
We don't have time for this.
That's the smartest thing said in this episode so far.
It's a
Yeah, like always, the mood is abruptly halted with a Season 1 Pinkie Pie song that only gets more discordant as it progresses. It's not even very long, so it's really pointless. Why is it that only Pinkie Pie songs can make me wish for the soaring anthem of Technical Foul.
Okay, here I go. A hop,
That's it, you got it.
skip.
Just don't look down.
Why would you say that when she's in mid-jump, you barnacle? See? Now you're gonna kill off Best Pony. That is how you do a truly ingenious sight gag, let me tell you. Anyway, back to Desolation of Viewers.
Let's keep it down. According to my map, we're entering an avalanche zone. The smallest peep could cause a huge rock slide.
And there's not a Chris O'Donnell from Miles who could save us. You know, while I appreciate these characters being quiet for once, I can't watch this scene without having horrific flashbacks to Jerry. Let me just note that it's Rainbow Dash's fault this time for Fluttershy causing problems. This took an action-packed turn. Gee willikers. I'm not kidding. This is a really intense, suspenseful scene. Like, Girl Who Leapt Through Time levels of intensity. This avalanche scene is the equivalent of chasing after your broken bike riding friends while simultaneously falling down a downhill street. You know, but without the blood.
Every pony okay?
Thanks to you, I am.
That nuzzling must cease. You're only turning on the cloppers.
Let's do it again!
If you're the only pony trapped in that avalanche, I'd be happy to start another one.
Sorry.
Oh, no big whoop, Sugarcube.
Yeah, we'll just have to climb over.
When did the composer of The Room start making music for the show? Oh look, she slipped. Oh, the amusement.
My apologies. Not your fault. Still think it was a good idea to bring Fluttershy along?
Do I look like I care what you think? Do I look like I give a shit what you think?
They finally make it to the cave of the dragon, where Twilight recaps the plan.
Rainbow Dash, you'll use your wings to clear the smoke.
Then why wasn't she doing that before?
Rarity and Pinkie Pie, you'll create a diversion to distract the dragon if things get a little hairy in there.
Oh, don't worry. I think Pinkie Pie will be great at being a diversion.
Applejack, you're ready with the apples in case he decides to attack.
Nice to know someone learned something out of the Aladdin video game.
But it shouldn't come to that, because Fluttershy will do what she needs to do to wake him up.
Possibly she'll do that. But what do you know? She doesn't.
Oh, come on. Come on. We have to do this. Now.
That's the spirit, Twilight. When your friend doesn't help, just use blunt force.
I can't go in the cave.
Oh, great. She's scared of caves now, too.
Obviously, Rainbow Dash needs to watch The Descent. Then she'll be scared of caves. Fluttershy then reveals that she's scared of dragons, like nobody knew already.
Oh, come on. We've seen you walk right up to a horrible manticore like it was nothing.
Yes, because he wasn't a dragon.
I guess that's a good argument.
Spike is a dragon. You're not scared of him.
That is, unless it's the Spike from Generation 1. Then he's just creepy.
Yes, because he's not a huge, gigantic, terrifying, enormous, teeth-gnashing, sharp-scale-having, horn-wearing, smoke-snoring, could-eat a pony in one bite, totally all-grown-up dragon.
Okay, you made your point. Wow, I really need to stay inside more.
All of us are scared of that dragon. I'm not.
It'd be 20% cooler if you could curb your yammering skull cave, Rainbow Dash. Well, it looks like Dean Cain from Dragon Fighter is the only person who can save us now.
He probably just doesn't realize what he's doing. Right?
He's probably just homeless because his wife left him for a donkey. Everything goes about as well as one would expect, so it looks like it's now Rarity's turn to persuade the dragon.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. But I couldn't possibly head back home without mentioning what handsome scales you have. Saying those scales have to be hidden away in some silly cave for 100 years?
Why do you think they put works of art in museums? Because beauty should be shared with the world.
Obviously, I would be more than happy to keep an eye on your jewels while you're gone.
Oh, come on. By keeping an eye on your jewel, she obviously meant that she wanted to be your groupie. You know, sometimes I wonder if rarity really is the element of generosity. Maybe it was originally supposed to be someone else, but Celestia just didn't want to break Twilight or Rarity's heart, so she just went along with it. I wonder who that other element of generosity was.
I can't wait to enjoy this here ice cream cone I bought with the money I found under the couch. I'm a badly written archetype, so I'm going to steal your ice cream cone. Jezebel, away!
How could this happen to me?
What's wrong? She who must not be named stole my ice cream cone. How much did it cost? 10 bits. But this is twice that amount. Yeah, but I figured I'd give you an extra 10 bits if you chop the next ice cream cone. If you don't, you can keep the money to buy something to make you feel better. Wow! Thanks, Final Sketch! Don't mention it, broski.
I thought I swore to be the anti-Doug Walker and not do cutaway sketches. Oh well. After Pinky and Muck fails somehow, Rainbow Dash in her ignorance make her kick the dragon in the face. Funny, when he sneezes I hear low-pitched boo noises from Super Mario 64. This is what happens, Dashy! This is what happens when you kick a dragon in the snout!
How dare you?
What?
How dare you! Listen here, mister. Just because you're big doesn't mean you get to be a bully. You may have huge teeth and sharp scales and snore, smoke, and breathe fire, but you do not, I repeat, you do not hurt my friends! You got that?
Well, I'm pretty glad she gained some assertiveness.
Well?
But that rainbow one kicked me.
Thank you, Harry Helmsley from 2012, for stating the exact argument I was going to use in your defense. So it seems that Fluttershy has saved everyone from a fiery death and has gained her friend's admiration. What's the moral, Home Skillet?
Dear Princess Celestia, I am happy to report that the dragon has departed our fair country, and that it was my good friend Fluttershy who convinced him to go.
With her tone and methods, I wouldn't be surprised if she could get Hirohito to stop his atrocities.
This adventure has taught me to never lose faith in your friends. They can be an amazing source of strength, and can help you overcome even your greatest fears.
I hate it when the message is too good to mock. We then cut to Rainbow Dash trying for a world record, like she was at the beginning.
347, 348. Dragon!
Oh great! Rainbow Dash is a descendant of Chompy as well!
It's okay, Rainbow Dash. Not every pony can be as brave as me.
Sarcasm turned on itself. A very interesting way to end a breath of fresh air. I just love this episode. I mean, how can I not? The humor has definitely improved over the past, the animation looks stunning and well animated, and the characters really developed themselves. The only complaints I have are that the dragon could have been a bit stronger when he was shamed, maybe not turned into a weeping wimp, and that Fluttershy's friends are all esteem-lowering jerks. Rainbow Dash was particularly annoying with her constant blaming when something goes wrong. Other than that, this episode was a delight, and the faults of the episode quietly fade away or improve on themselves as we move along. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Dragonshy an 8. Well, this has been my review. I'm off to binge watch the Oscars, and next week I will be back with my review of... This next episode's really going to destroy me, isn't it?
素晴らしいちんちんもの金玉の亀あるそれの音サルボボいえ忍者がいます Hey hey let's go 金化する大切なもの Protect my vows 僕が悪い So let's fighting Let's fighting love Let's fighting love この歌ちょっとバカわけがわからない英語がめちゃくちゃ
I give Dragonshy an 8. Well, this has been my review. I'm off to binge watch... Hey look, salmon.